Welcome back, people of the Most High God, Jesus Christ. So, so I wasn't, I was, I told myself I probably wasn't gonna do another video about Jared Kushner, but I just feel like it's from what I've been seeing, I just feel like it's time to make another one. So I'm gonna play to give you basically a little introduction. I'm gonna play a little small little clip from my very first video I ever put on YouTube called "Is Jared Kushner the Antichrist?" All right, so listen. As far as the whole King Cyrus thing, this is me speaking about Donald Trump right here. He is standing in the way of complete degradation, I guess, if you could say that. Uh, but I feel like I feel like in a way it's a double-edged sword. I feel like this little time period with him and her is is helpful to Christians in a way, but I feel like the big plot is to just for somebody to come behind him and sneak in. Like that's what I feel like. I feel like I feel like Donald Trump. I feel like if Donald Trump wouldn't have became president, there was no way Jared Kushner could even have approached this situation. So I feel like if okay, let's just say this for instance. Let's say if say like this thing keep on going with this coronavirus keep on going how it's going, and people Donald Trump's approval rating is considered just steadily decline or whatever. And towards the end of his term, Kushner still got this thing going on, you know, with Israel, and let's just say, basically, to make a long story short, I do one thing I know about Trump is he's a guy that look out for his people. So I'm pretty sure on the way out, Trump gonna set this man up for success. I mean, so yeah, that's basically kind of how I look at it. But yeah, back to. All right, so I played that just to say, this is not about somebody prophesying or anything like that. Cause like I said, I'm not a prophet. I'm not anything of that nature. But I believe that you know how in the Psalms how David used to just speak his heart, and then sometimes he'll say something prophetic. I do believe that people can be used by God like that if they have the Holy Spirit in them, and God puts something on their heart to talk about or something that's bothering them. I do believe that you can possibly say something prophetic, and God will be glorified like that. Also, so that you won't get the glory for yourself because you know it wasn't by your own doing that you did it. But I'm not sure if that's the case in this situation or not. I just thought it was something to point out. But what I really I brought that up to bring up this newer discovery that I made. Well, came across my YouTube feed. Hold on. This is about some things that's going on between Kush and Donald Trump in the White House right now. Okay, this is by
started, which essentially would do nothing, but it was enough to make the law enforcement community frustrated and angry with him. Conservatives have been angry with. It looks like there is a
okay. This is a new they Young Turk reported on this right, and y'all already know they like extreme leftist people, right? In which I wouldn't call myself a right wing person either. I'm just in the middle, as you should be. But this is a side that lacks balance, in my opinion. And for them to be saying anything good about Jared Kushner is a red flag to me. But they okay, look. So just listen to the article. First of all, the title of it says Jared Kushner in trouble. Trump is done with his woke shit. So okay. So by the title of the article, you can pretty much see the underlying message, right? So listen.
Rivalry between Donald Trump and his own son-in-law, Jared Kushner, especially when it comes to policy advice that Trump received from his son-in-law. We love the drama. Another episode of As the White House Turns.
Made some very big mistakes. I asked for his resignation.
I'm disappointed in the Attorney General.
Jonathan Swan over at Axios is...
Okay, now look, I don't agree with these people. Okay, this is just to prove a point about what I kind of thought might take place with Jared Kushner. This is just to keep along with the narrative.
reporting that Donald Trump regrets passing criminal justice reform. And look, if you are a rational human being, then you would have known that Donald Trump never really cared about criminal justice reform, and the First Step Act was toothless to begin with. And you should have known the second Donald Trump was inaugurated and decided to reinstitute the use of private prisons for federal inmates. But anyway, here's what the latest is based on Axios' reporting. One person who spoke with the president interpreted his thinking this way. No more of Jared's woke-ish. Another said Trump has indicated that following Kushner's advice has harmed him politically. So Jared Kushner apparently was the influence behind the scenes, the person who was encouraging Donald Trump to provide, pardons to certain nonviolent offenders, to pass criminal justice reform. And apparently Trump realized that he is so racist and so terrible to minority communities that small effort would not actually lead to people of color voting for him over a Democratic challenger. So Trump...
Okay, so look, what they are saying pretty much, they're saying that the little good that Donald Trump was doing for minorities was coming through Jared Kushner. Woo! Do you know what type of boost of a claim that is? Hey, the way that this country is going in right now, if all the leftist people, if they catch wind that Jared Kushner might have been a small voice of reason in Trump's ear that was making him somewhat rational towards minorities, do you know what that type of claim would do? Okay, let's keep listening though.
Dipped his toe into police reform under pressure after a Minneapolis police officer killed George Floyd, and an executive order that activists consider toothless, but he will likely go further to restrain, he likely will not go further to restrain law enforcement officers moving forward. So there was the initial criminal justice reform, and then if you guys can remember, there was the executive order after the protests started, which essentially would do nothing. But it was enough to make the law enforcement community frustrated and angry with him.
Okay, well, it's really no more point to play that anymore. But, okay, so one of the things that I also want to talk about, right? I want to talk about how, okay, look, I got a couple new theories, all right? We something that we neglect to talk about. We don't talk about the 10 kings, okay? Let me read this to you, right? Okay. Revelations 17:12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest, these are on the 7 heads of the beast, okay? And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. Speaking of these kings, right? And the beast is the Antichrist, but the Antichrist is also one of the horns, though, too. These have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. But think about this, right? It says, these have one mind. Okay? So let's think about these things, right? Okay, we say Jared Kushner could possibly be the Antichrist, right? We also say Obama could be the Antichrist, right? Some people say Emmanuel Macron could be the Antichrist. Some people say the Pope could be the Antichrist, which I think he's the false prophet. But either way, some people say the Pope, right? Some people say a couple people, right? Another person we forget about is whatever Ben something. Matter of fact, okay, look, the whole point of this, right, is to say that, look, we forget. Okay, something that we don't think about, right? What if all of these people, right, are considered as Antichrist, but of course there's going to be one main Antichrist, right? But what if basically, we don't know who the 10 kings are, but we know they work with the Antichrist. So could it be all of these people that we're suspecting are either 10 kings or Antichrist? Gotta think about that. We can look at Obama, right, and say he's doing Antichrist things, right? We can look at Jared Kushner and say he's doing Antichrist things, right? But remember, these 10 kings are of one mind, and they give their power to the Antichrist. So let's just say, what if Jared Kushner is the actual Antichrist, right? But maybe Obama is one of the kings, right? So he's still moving on behalf of the Antichrist. Or let's just say if maybe Jared Kushner is not the actual Antichrist, but he's one of the 10 kings. He's still moving on the behalf of Antichrist. Get it? That's like if one Antichrist sent one of his kings as an ambassador or to do a mission or something like that. That's still under the move of the Antichrist. So all these little things all these little suspected people, they're either 10 kings or Antichrist, but we just don't know which one of them is the actual Antichrist. Okay, that's something to think about. And also, I wanted to show you something as well with the peace treaty in the Middle East, right? Something else you need to think about that another person that you probably don't think about, right? And I just mentioned his name, but I couldn't mention it right. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all hear something. Type this in, Jared. Okay. Okay, look. This is.
We're following the latest on U.S.-Saudi relations as the Crown Prince makes his way through America. An explosive new report in The Intercept claims Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman boasted that Jared Kushner was, quote, in his pocket.
This comes
yeah, I think he is a 10 king, too. The Saudi Crown Prince, what's his name? What's his name? Ben Salman. I don't know his name. What's crazy is it's not even nowhere on the screen, so I can say it. So I just hopefully they'll say it. But listen up.
Weeks after President Trump's son-in-law and top advisor had his security clearance downgraded, The Intercept reporter Alex Evans co-wrote that article. He is with us now from Washington. Alex, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So why does the Crown Prince say that Jared Kushner was in his back pocket? Does this suggest that the Saudis have some information on the president's son-in-law?
Well, the Saudi Crown Prince has a very special and close relationship with Jared Kushner. We also reported that
They've texted on the messaging app, WhatsApp. What we reported was that after an unannounced trip to Riyadh in October, the Saudi Crown Prince started this large crackdown, and that's been reported. But what we have been hearing from our sources on the Saudi side is that the Crown Prince has been telling close confidants that Jared Kushner, in that unannounced trip, not only supported the idea of a crackdown, he discussed specific names with the Crown Prince of people who were disloyal to him, who were agitating against his succession.
And wait, Alex, so this would be, what you're suggesting here is that because Jared Kushner, even with this downgraded security clearance, he does have access to information from the White House, from the Oval Office, and from our national security apparatus, that your reporting suggests that he may have passed on some of that information to the Saudis?
Well, we don't know whether he did or not.
Yeah, I think he did.
The details of that conversation, as we make clear in our piece, are really only known to Mr. Kushner.
Okay, so it's no point in me just playing all the way through. Think about that, though. The person who's about to make a deal with Israel, who's setting up the peace treaty, is rumored to with these type of things. So something to think about. But yeah. So I just wanted to try to catch that this whole thing unfolding as it unfolds. So, be blessed. In Jesus' name. Amen.